Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte Hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs. From outrageous owners...
My food is the best you'll find probably in the north of England.
I mean, what are they trying to do? Kill me in one meal?
Fucking hell. No, fuck!
To dodgy decor.
I feel like I'm in someone's womb.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
It's absolutely filthy.
Or her quest for perfection.
I can just see how difficult it's going to be to alter the way the hotel is run.
Well, then just give up all hope. Close the doors, throw away the key, and just walk away from it all.
This week, it's a seaside showdown.
For £100 a night, you expect a better breakfast than this?
I don't think there is anything you could do to beat our breakfast.
God, what bad taste. This looks completely disgusting. Possibly the worst hotel ever.
I don't even want to talk about that because that is nonsense.
I know, but you're living in a fantasy world.
That is personal.
Wake up, hello.
Yeah.
Hotel is personal, but this is a business.
The three-star Astor Hotel in Plymouth, owned by flamboyant Iranian-born entrepreneur Joseph Louis.
I would describe my hotel as a home-to-home extension of your home, affordable luxury. King Carlos of Spain actually stayed here, Charlie Chaplin stayed here, and above all, you're staying here as well.
Since arriving in the city 30 years ago, Joseph has risen from pot washer to proprietor.
Loads of keys.
9 years ago, he bought the Astor, an achievement he's so proud of.
Astor!
He's even named his dog after it.
Hello, baby. Astor! Astor! Astor, please. Astor! To me, it's very personal. I built it, I made it. The reward you get is absolutely fantastic. It's not just a business.
For Joseph, style matters.
Is that cool? Is it?
And he's brought his own distinctive sense of decor to every one of his hotel's 62 bedrooms.
I'm very proud of my rooms because I personally designed them and I made them as I would have done it for myself. Very proud of them.
But the future of Joseph's beloved hotel is looking increasingly uncertain. Plymouth is flooded with big-name chain hotels. And independents like the Astor are struggling for survival.
Good evening, Astor Hotel. How may I help you?
In his 9 years in charge, Joseph has never taken a profit.
We are not doing as well as we should be doing. It has been a struggle. I spent a few £100,000 in the hotel already. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's okay. It's not. I should be doing far better than what I'm doing now.
Adding to the Astor's woes is a barrage of bad internet reviews, with more than half the contributors to one website not recommending the hotel. Criticism the proud Persian finds hard to accept.
I couldn't even read it because it's too personal, and I know it's lie. I mean, somebody said about my reception, you've seen the reception, they said the carpet was ripped and things like that. It really does hurt, but because I know it's not true.
Enter award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi. Her mission, to save the independent hotel from being crushed by its critics and flattened by its heavyweight rivals.
Good morning, Mr. Louis.
Good morning, and it's Joseph.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
Thank
you.
you so much for inviting
My pleasure.
me here.
Welcome. And this is Sandra.
Sandra, nice to meet you.
Lovely. You're the general manager, right?
I am.
How is business at the moment?
It's all right. Not bad. Yeah, obviously, when I'm saying it's not bad, it's not good either. So.
Thank you for being honest.
No, I mean, I can't lie to you, can I?
Why are you wearing a hat indoors, Mister?
Because I actually, because I shaved my head for charity.
Well,
£15,000.
Very good. Okay, shall I go up to my room and settle myself in?
Sandra's got a room ready for you.
Here we go. Thank you.
You sure don't want to handle your bag?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Alex will stay the night to find out if there's room for improvement at Joseph's precious hotel.
Look at the state of this carpet. When is the last time this was hoovered? It's disgusting. Look at all the paint marks up on the wall. All in all, I have to say to you, this is not a great first impression on the first landing you get to as you're walking to your room.
It's not a good start. Next, the bedrooms. The Astor's 62 rooms are priced between £45 and £400 per night. And Joseph has checked Alex into one of the more expensive, a bridal suite, personally designed by the owner himself.
It's going to be different to what she's seen up to now, definitely. I think she's going to say, yeah, it's a nice place.
Well, I certainly didn't expect this room when I walked into the reception area of the Astor Hotel. I'm not really into the whole role-playing French countess thing, because otherwise this would be very much my kind of room. Rack rate for this room is £400 a night. It's quite a lot of money, isn't it? I don't know who first started this trend either, this towels piled on the bed. That is what towel rails are there in a bathroom for. There's a bit of a clue in the name. They're there to warm up your towels before you get out of the bath. But no, now every shit hotel has towels piled in the middle of the bed.
Alex's room is one of 4 bridal suites, all with Joseph's own unique designer touch.
God, what bad taste. This is a perfect thing to collect dust and dirt. Oh, the glamour. Oh, the glamour of it all. Look. Fake flowers and plastic hangers. Some size 16, some 14. The perfect way to hang up your wedding dress. I don't think that this, which is, after all, a nasty, stained, dog-eared brochure, is a very good advert. There's just no excuse for something like this.
The hotel also has a selection of slightly more traditional rooms.
I just don't quite get all these kind of rather ostentatious touches. It doesn't all hang together for me, and I don't understand why he's not trying to just give really good value for money. Oh, God, look at this. You should never have plain carpets in hotels. Accidents will happen, but this looks completely disgusting.
Alex's tour has delivered plenty of frills and spills, and it's got her worried.
You walk into the entrance and it's kind of quite dark red and old-fashioned looking. It's got those horrible sofas, and then actually that very cheap-looking reception area. He seems to have no eye for the detail of stuff. I don't understand why there's a really horrible guest information pack in every room. It's really cheap and tacky. A really good value 3-star does not need, well, this crap.
Alex's investigation has only just begun. Iranian-born Joseph Louis owns the 62-bedroom 3-star Astor Hotel in Plymouth. But after 9 years at the helm, Joseph now faces a struggle for survival in the face of stiff competition from the big-name chains.
We're against big companies. They've got the facilities, they've got the money behind them, they've got the power, they've got the monopoly. We just can't cope with it.
He's called on award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi for help. So far, she's discovered an old-fashioned and untidy reception.
It's got those horrible sofas, and then that very cheap-looking reception area.
Over frilly bedrooms.
God, what bad taste.
and a distinct lack of attention to detail.
Oh, the glamour of it all. Look.
After a night's sleep, Alex now wants to sample the most important meal of the day.
Good morning, how are you?
Joseph has left his restaurant manager, Chip, in charge.
If you let me know what you want.
I would like poached eggs and bacon, please.
No problem. Thank you.
Breakfast is the last chance for Joseph to impress his guests before they leave, and an opportunity for him to distinguish himself from the more predictable chain hotels.
You have to be giving more than this. This is the most basic breakfast that you can possibly imagine. Thank you.
This is your breakfast.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Is everything good? You right to breakfast?
I'm not very impressed with the breakfast offering in general. I mean, no croissant, no Danish.
We do have croissants. Everything is on the menu, so you have to order them.
It doesn't look particularly impressive. The one meal you're damn guaranteed that everyone's going to have in this hotel is breakfast, so it ought to be bloody good.
It is.
It's okay, it's not bloody good, darling.
Okay.
First and last impressions are critical. And Alex thinks the combination of the dated decor in reception and the underwhelming breakfast means Joseph is achieving neither.
Joseph was telling me that he's very giving, the best of everything for his guests, etc., etc. Well, it certainly isn't borne out with the breakfast. I mean, look at it.
For Alex, the buffet lacks wow factor, but Chip thinks the hotel inspector is missing the point.
And when you give the menu to that lovely lady, she's saying to me, oh, you don't have croissants, you don't have that. And they are on the menu. If I start doing 20 croissants for each individual person, and you know you're English, what's happened at the end? I have to throw them away. This is not a 5-star hotel. It's a 3-star hotel, and if people want something, they ask. It's really annoying.
News of Alex's disappointment soon reaches Joseph.
You know, if you go to one of the chain hotels, you get croissants, some Danish, a little bit more exciting choice maybe of yogurt. There's the cheapest kind of juice.
The juice is not cheap juice. And we got all the cereals, we got fresh fruit.
For £100 a night, you expect a better breakfast than this. At least I would. When I know what I can get at a Holiday Inn, at a travel lodge.
You're comparing my breakfast with travel lodge?
Yes. Well, that is... Well, darling, that is what we're competing against, is it not?
I don't think there is anything you could do to beat our breakfast.
I would say to you that as I spend my life travelling around hotels and my life eating breakfast, I've had a lot better breakfast than this, darling.
No, of course you did. I mean, you know, it's always room for improvement, but...
There is always room for improvement.
I don't think it needed that the way you spoke about it. My breakfast is not that bad.
With Joseph seemingly reluctant to accept her criticism, Alex returns to her room to see if she's alone in her dissatisfaction.
OK, so the reception area is ghastly. The carpets all over have never been cleaned. Well, I concur with that idea, absolutely. Possibly the worst hotel ever. Of the reviews, 70% do not recommend the Astor. 17 reviews were terrible and only 4 were excellent.
The bad reviews could be catastrophic. New guests frequently check review sites before booking an independent hotel. So what does Joseph make of the Astor's critics?
OK, so, urgently needs the help of the hotel inspector. And I didn't post that, I promise you. The carpets all over have never been cleaned. No help in showing the room.
That's impossible.
But I found dirty carpets, darling.
No, not like in this section.
No, but listen, listen. Don't be defensive. I'm not trying to make you or your hotel or anything else look bad.
But bear in mind, I'm very active in the city and I have upset a lot of bad people. There are things that is going to make my hotel look like a...
no, it isn't going to make...
I'm not going to allow that. I don't even want to talk about that because that is nonsense. That is absolute nonsense.
I know, but you're living in a fantasy world.
Joseph claims that several of the complaints aren't real. But bogus or not, the poor reviews will still put off potential guests.
Listen to me, please.
I am, of course, yeah.
No, you're not, because you're completely missing the point. In modern times, before someone books a hotel, they go and look up something like TripAdvisor.
Yes.
And this is the impression they're getting of your hotel, okay?
Yeah.
Fine.
My apologies, yes.
Every single one of these comments here can be replied to, so you have a right to reply.
Alright.
And I'm saying you're missing a trick by not replying to these and making sure that you put your side of the story.
Okay, yes. Now it sounds brilliant.
Next, Alex wants to highlight the poor attention to detail in those ostentatious bedrooms. But it seems Joseph has an answer for everything.
This, I'm assuming, is part of your wedding pack.
Alright. That wasn't meant to be there, by the way. Somebody must have been coming to view the room and left it there. So I
Okay.
can assure you that's not in every room.
This is something that I'd really like you to work on.
Definitely.
Even if it isn't in a leather book, you have it in
No,
something
we're actually
with
going to have a
hard
glossy
cover.
one.
I personally do not think that the right place for towels is on a bed. I personally think the right place for towels is on a towel rail.
On that one, I'm going to slip on that.
I think this collection of hangers doesn't do you any favours. At least get plastic ones that are all the same.
Another time next Tuesday, but this is what they usually bring and they leave here. So they got the reason, but I know it looks untidy.
It's been a frustrating visit. And as Alex prepares to leave, she's beginning to wonder why Joseph called her in the first place.
Joseph is so defensive about everything to do with this hotel. Why hasn't he changed the shit hangers in the wardrobe? You know, breakfast isn't actually bad, it was just my experience. How many layers of denial can you add? I mean, for him, denial is definitely a river in Egypt.
Another day, another outfit. This time, more cash than Kojak. Joseph has decided to tackle Alex's complaints about his housekeeping.
All right, just waiting for housekeeping. Yeah, come in, please. Yeah. You got a jingy bomb in it, have you?
Yeah.
All right. My system works with the staffing. It's a home, family thing. We all do everything. Just hold that one for me as well, and hold this one with you. I usually tell them it's a family. I'm the head of a family, and whatever I say goes. And now I need the bucket, please. Don't kick the bucket. Magic. I have not cleaned this beautiful chandelier for over a year. So, details.
Alex also wanted Joseph to lay on a much more impressive breakfast for his guests. So she's sending him to Kitley House, a fellow three-star hotel and holder of the Breakfast Champion Award for South West England. She hopes it'll inspire Joseph to raise his game.
Yeah, this is pretty much how we do it, more or less.
The buffet boasts a selection of juices.
Yeah, orange juice is nice. It's pretty the same. I don't taste any difference.
Cold meat and cheeses.
And we actually do a bigger platter and on a mirror.
Fresh and dried fruits.
We actually have tin fruit as well, like dates.
Cereals.
I prefer them in a pack or whatever because it's fresher.
Freshly baked breads, pastries and croissants.
The croissants, even now, I would not put croissants out, simple as that.
It seems Joseph's croissants will remain off his buffet, but stay on his menu. But will this award-winning breakfast convince him that there's room for improvement at his own hotel?
It's nice to see that our breakfast is, apart from a few different beds, which I don't think is crucial. It's the same, but it's good, it's brilliant. This is on Alex, thank you Alex, nice breakfast.
The survival of Joseph's beloved hotel is on the line. But Alex is beginning to worry if the proud proprietor really has the appetite for change.
I can't really understand why he invited me to help him when he finds it so hard to accept any kind of criticism. He's very, very defensive.
So, 4 weeks later, the hotel inspector is back with a plan to try to get her message across. But first, Joseph has a surprise for her. Despite declaring that his breakfast couldn't be beaten, he's done a complete U-turn. Amongst several improvements, croissants can now be found on the buffet.
So let me see. You've got fruit salad, you've got some dried fruit and some nuts, that's good. So you've got the croissants.
You got the croissants. That side would have been warm, left on the thing.
Yeah.
But that, if obviously they want it fresh.
You know, you have juices.
In
the
fact, I
water
have
with
changed
ice.
the juice as well, if you wish to taste it.
I would love to taste it, thank you. That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, well, things are going on, so I'm pleased.
It's a positive start, but it's not long before Alex's frustrations resurface.
What did you think of the hotel that I sent you to? I mean, they do have an award-winning breakfast.
Awards I don't go for. My awards come from my customers, so that doesn't mean anything to me.
I find it so difficult sometimes, Dol, to talk to someone who is so defensive about everything that
I'm
I
not
say.
defensive, that's how I
Well,
think.
I don't agree with you, because actually, you don't say, I don't go for awards.
I
Well,
don't.
why are you rated then?
I'm not 3-star, I'm not 4-star, I'm just Astor Hotel. I don't believe in any of these awards.
Fine, but you only agree with the customers who like what you do.
Of course.
Well, darling, how is that normal?
Yeah, but
you have to also listen to customers who don't like what you do, because that teaches you to do things maybe slightly differently.
Of course, I did from you. You as a customer, you recommended something, and I listened to it.
But Alex is not convinced that Joseph takes his ordinary guests' criticism so seriously. So she's invited a focus group to visit the hotel and make it plain to him that in business, as well as in life, pride comes before a fall. The group represents overseas visitors, the wedding market, and business travellers. After checking out the Astor's website with its proud boast of affordable luxury, the group head to the hotel to experience the reality.
Right, this is the main bridal suite.
I don't like these flowers.
I don't like the flowers. I think it's a little bit over the top.
Oh, there's hairs still in the bath. £400 he's asking for this?
My dear gentlemen, this is a single room. What do you think?
It's small. For £90, not possible.
Do you think it looks like the website?
Looks cheaper. This is not my kind of hotel.
Okay. This is one of his newer executive rooms.
It's too fluffy, too frilly. It doesn't feel executive to me.
Yeah.
The focus group's findings mirror Alex's, with the fussy decor, lack of attention to detail, and high advertised prices all coming under fire.
For me personally, I felt they were too fussy.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
A little bit dated, I think.
All right.
And the bath was dirty and had some hairs in it.
My issue was that it didn't feel like an executive room. It felt more feminine than I would have wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
And to Alex's delight, the message appears to have got through to Joseph.
Nobody ever told me what they told me tonight. They're not even my customers or my guests, but they're coming here and giving me these ideas. I really appreciate it. My hats off to Alex, and yeah, brilliant.
With Joseph in receptive mood, it's time for Alex to reveal her plans to tackle his questionable taste. The ostentatious bridal suites may not be to everyone's liking, but Alex is more concerned with the standard rooms. They're the ones in direct competition with the chain hotels that threaten the Astor's survival.
In the rooms, I think, particularly what you call the executive rooms, I think it's time that we got some professional help. So I would like to get my design team to come in to make sure they're really fit for purpose, to grab the businessmen, particularly from those chain hotels. And I think that will then give you a template of how to go forward to make those same changes to the other rooms.
Of course.
Joseph's newly improved breakfast should create a good final memory for departing guests. But Alex doesn't want the all-important first impressions to be forgotten either.
Good afternoon, Astor Hotel. Can I help?
She also wants to redesign the tatty, outmoded reception area.
I would like very much to offer my design team to work with you to help you towards making that reception area a little bit more professional looking, streamlined, everything that you need the hotel now to be. We're taking big strides about the big decisions and changes that have to be made, but I don't want you to take your eye off the smaller details, off the room folder, on things like the hangers in the wardrobes, and I want to make sure that we continue progressing on those fronts as well as on the bigger fronts.
Of course, yeah, definitely, that would be the case, yes.
The Astor, a 62-bedroom, 3-star hotel in Plymouth, owned by Iranian-born entrepreneur Joseph Louis. Joseph's beloved hotel is under threat from an influx of big-name chain hotels. So he's called on renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi for help.
When is the last time this was hoovered? It's disgusting.
She's been taken aback by Joseph's idiosyncratic interior design.
This is a perfect thing to collect dust and dirt and...
Uncovered a distinct lack of attention to detail.
I don't understand why there's a really horrible guest information pack in every room.
And discovered a proud owner seemingly reluctant to acknowledge criticism of his hotel.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that because that is nonsense.
Today, Alex has got the decorators in to create her template for the Astor's bedrooms.
I suppose what I'm hoping to show him is that something that ultimately I think is more of an executive room can be done in his hotel for more or less the same money as he was spending on his rather overblown, blousy rooms that he considers executive rooms.
And she's sent one of her design team to discuss with Joseph her proposed revamp of the old-fashioned and untidy reception.
He can only do so much in his hotel unless he's prepared to accept that actually he needs professional help.
Joseph has stamped his unique personality throughout the hotel. So will the frill seeker be prepared to accept that his own design is old hat?
This is a design board. And it gives you an idea of the different colours and the fabrics we would aim to use. I think the swag and tail curtains are probably a little bit too much.
So I think they're beautiful.
Oh, you'd like to keep those?
Yeah, please, if I may. It just goes with the Victorian building.
Okay.
The advice I give him is from a hotelier's point of view, and he can continue to run it as his own personal domain as long as he likes, but it doesn't make it a better hotel, whatever he thinks.
The suite you have is a little bit dated, so I would suggest replacing that with something along these lines, really comfortable sofas and armchairs.
I don't think I agree with you on that one. And it's top quality Italian leather. It's been there for years. That is too modern. This is Victorian. I mean, it just wouldn't go.
Okay.
In fact, if you go to any of these box hotels, I call them, they would love it.
Fine.
There could be some way to go before Joseph and Alex see eye to eye on the question of taste. A week later, and Alex is back in Plymouth to check on progress. She'd asked Joseph to tackle the lack of attention to detail in the rooms, including the housekeeping,
Ahoy.
the scrappy information folders, and mismatched hangers.
Joseph, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you?
Thank you. Lovely to see you again.
It's been quite a few weeks since I last saw you, so I'm wondering how you're getting on.
In the bedrooms,
Yeah.
the folders are all done.
Is it?
Yes.
Hangers?
Hangers are done, yes.
Are they?
Yes.
I'm going to go and check here.
Yes, we can go and check, yeah.
Should we go and have a look at some?
Yes, of course we can.
Thank
yeah.
you very much.
It sounds as though Joseph has signed up to Alex's plan. But is he just talking the talk? The hotel inspector wants to see some evidence.
Joseph, it looks like this carpet needs a very good hoover. Corridor cleanliness. Thank you.
Yeah, I bet. Thank you.
A less than perfect start. On to the rooms.
Ah, my favourite room. But Joseph, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
And a new room folder. That looks
That would be
100 times better than the last scrappy little thing that you had here, so well done. Hangers.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good. Hangers in. Let's go and have a look at another
of
room.
course.
Thank you.
There's been definite progress in the bridal
Thank you very
suite.
much.
but Alex wants to check on the rooms aimed at business travellers.
Hangers? Aha!
Yeah, all right.
That without all of those looks like a different wardrobe.
Be having a word.
You and I continue to disagree about the correct place to keep a towel.
Towels, yes, okay.
I think in the rooms that you're trying to sell for business customers, they should go in there.
Okay.
You're going to do it now.
Yeah,
Good,
Joseph.
Right now. You're really firing on all cylinders.
The deal is
today.
done. The deal is done. Now we're in business, and thank you.
Thank you. I'm very pleased.
Keeps them warm as well. That's fantastic.
That's what it's there for. Thank you,
and
Joseph.
save me an extra towel as well. I can have a shower now.
So far, progress has been patchy. Alex also asked Joseph to respond calmly and professionally to the Astor's many damaging online guest reviews.
So, what have you written back? Websites such as this one are great news for passing the words of mouth faster and to a wide audience, but unfortunately it seems to be used for settling personal issues. Hoping this message will help the users to read between the lines and judge themselves. So now I'm interested why you wrote like that. You haven't given any information apart from the fact that you feel like this is a personal attack.
That is a campaign, definitely. That is personal, and I know you said...
Why do you think it's...
I know, I
think you're bonkers when... This is somewhere where I think you're delusional.
Those comments, they mean nothing to me because I know that is just not... This is my livelihood. Every guest is like a family here, so I take it... Of course I take it...
Well, every guest except a guest who's unhappy and makes an unjustifiable comment.
No, I'm not saying all of it. It's 4 of them definitely is personal. It's just impossible.
Wake up, hello.
Yeah.
Hotel is personal, but this is a business. This is what I keep saying.
Joseph is convinced he's the victim of a campaign, but his emotional response to the review could do more harm than good.
You must try and remove the very personal, that knee-jerk reaction of yours.
Okay, I'm afraid we disagree on this one.
Well,
I think we should just leave this bit because we are not going to get anywhere with it.
There's some things that I simply cannot get through to him about. It's like a waltz. There's 1 step forwards, 2 steps sideways, 1 step back. I don't think he really understands the steps necessary to make this place busier, functioning better as a hotel.
So will Alex get a more positive response to her proposed new template for Joseph's guest rooms? Alex believed his personally designed rooms were too quirky or feminine to appeal to the business market.
Ta-da! Your room.
What have you done to my room? Oh my God, yeah, all right.
Alex has transformed the room from mismatched and over-fussy to smart, stylish and practical. A room capable of competing with the chains while still keeping a chic, independent identity.
The point to having this room done by me is to have it designed by a professional designer to give you an alternative vision for how you take the hotel forward.
I'm impressed. This is brilliant. Yeah, I would have never done this. This is very, very practical.
Good.
So I think this is brilliant.
It's a positive end to a frustrating visit. And it's inspired the initially sceptical Joseph to agree to Alex's design for the reception.
After seeing what Alex done in that room, I'm looking at things a bit different from different angle. And refurbishment of the reception has been on the card for last 4 years. But now I just can't wait and I really want to do it.
While the refurbishment gets underway, Alex has come up with a plan to fight back against the monopoly of the city's chain hotels.
Is Mitesh in?
She wants Joseph to put on his party hat and organise an event encouraging his fellow independent businesses to support each other.
Hi, Roy. I have come to invite you to an event for independent hotels.
Look forward to it.
Alex hopes the event will generate some positive press coverage for the Astor. She's dubbing it Independence Day. With the great and the good of Plymouth soon to descend on the hotel, Joseph needs to make sure every last detail is up to scratch. Time for another outfit. This time, less Al Capone, more Jimmy Savile.
Morning, ahoy. Yeah, these got to go downstairs for Jock to wash them, yeah?
Okay.
Joseph will need to impress his fellow business people if he wants them to take his hotel seriously.
Yeah, very good.
With the event looming, the hotel inspector is back to check on her efforts to improve guests' first impressions of the Astor. A common source of complaint on the internet, the reception had been branded ghastly and a disgrace. Now the dark and outdated room has had a major facelift. The oppressive colours have gone, replaced by a fresh, neutral tone that's friendly and inviting. The untidy desk has been transformed, and along with a brand new seating area, the reception's become professional and welcoming. But is the new style too much modernity for Joseph?
How are you?
I'm fine.
What do you think?
To be honest, I only did it just because I trusted you.
Yeah.
And now I've got no doubt I should be trusting you.
Yeah.
It's my comfortable cities I never thought I would part with. I'm glad I did because it's absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. And it just looks so much bigger.
You know, the big thing is managing guest impressions and guest expectations, which is exactly what we wanted. I think someone would walk in now and think of this as a very professional establishment.
I'm so glad you did that. It's brilliant.
It's a resounding success for Alex, and should banish the reception's bad press to the past. Hotel inspector Alex Polizzi has been fighting for the survival of Plymouth's 3-star Astor in the face of an influx of big-name chain hotels. Today, the movers and shakers of Plymouth are due to arrive at the hotel for an event Alex has dubbed Independence Day. Designed to unite the city's independent businesses and get the Astor some positive press coverage. With the event just hours away, Alex wants to check that Joseph has tackled the lack of attention to detail in the bedrooms.
I agreed with Joseph that actually the towels belonged in the bathroom on the towel rail so that you could have them as you got out of the bath, which is when you bloody want them. Right. No. And scrappy old guest information. How difficult is it to change that? I really don't understand. No. Hell surprise. There are the old hangers now hanging next to the new hangers. He promised me that he was going to get these rooms sorted, and they're not sorted. In fact, I feel like they've gone back since I was last here. There's not much more I can do. If he thinks all these things are insignificant enough to deal with, then on his head be it. The carpet's filthy.
Worried that Joseph has decided to ignore her advice, Alex tracks him down to his office.
So I've done my spot check on your rooms.
Good.
And the old hangers are back in the cupboard with the new hangers. Also, I thought we'd agreed on the executive suites that we were going to put the towels in the bathrooms.
Yeah, only one of them it hasn't got a rail. The rest have been done.
They haven't been done, darling. I've checked 3 rooms and none of them have towels in the bathrooms. And then finally, Joseph, the guest information in the bedrooms. You should be ashamed of it.
That's got to be done personally. It has not. I promise you, it will happen. There is no excuse, and I promise you that should be done.
Okay.
With Joseph giving his word that he'll follow Alex's instructions to the T, there's no time to waste. If he wants the city's independent businesses to collaborate with him, they'll need to be impressed with his hotel.
Okay, you okay with that one?
Yes, thank you.
I'll take a box for you to show that I am here.
Assorted local producers have been invited, and Alex hopes they'll all work together to push each other's products to a wider audience.
No one wants to see cities dominated by big chains, but that's up to us to make sure that we still continue to make our mark.
Plymouth's famous pipers signal Independence Day has begun.
I think everyone's of the same opinion that it's really an opportunity for us to get our Plymouth brands known more by Plymouth people.
But what will the assembled guests make of the new look Astor?
It's given it a new feel, and this clean, modern ambience is exactly what you want.
It is a lot better. It's streets apart from what I saw last time. This is really nice. It says quality. It's lovely, yeah. I'd enjoy staying here.
The reception area, when you walk in, is so much warm and inviting.
It is very light, it's very bright, and it's very welcoming, which is what people will expect when they come into a hotel.
The more people who come to a really good hotel like this, they leave Plymouth thinking we must come back again.
With the guests suitably impressed, Joseph can forge valuable business alliances.
And let's support each other.
And the press can be courted.
I've always believed that nobody's perfect apart from me. It goes to show how somebody's attitude can change and how little ideas could make such a big impact and difference to somebody's business and ideas. So I'd like to thank Alex and thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Darling, how do you think it went?
Absolutely fantastic.
Me too.
Yes.
Good. I'm really pleased.
As the sun sets over the Plymouth Hoe, Alex sits down with Joseph one last time.
Joseph, darling, my last visit here. Now, the attention to detail, the eye for that is over to you, and it's all done exactly as it should be.
Consider it done. I'm taking this very serious, so...
I know that, darling, thank you. And are you going to keep on tackling rooms and corridors and an ongoing process?
I'll be here full time, like 24/7, until it's all sorted.
Darling, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
I'm leaving the Astor, not sure that I've actually managed to make a better hotelier out of Joseph, but on the other hand, I do think I've managed to point out to him some areas that he needed to start paying attention to. And finally, his charm has really started to win me over.